Here on BBC CWR. Now, we're talking this morning about resolutions because, of course, most of us have probably got one. And, have you ever actually managed to stick to them? Do you know what I mean? We set these goals every year, but who actually sticks to them? If you're a person that sticks to yours, do get in touch and let me know. 81333. Start the message with CWR. But Dr. Rachael Molitor is a behavioural psychologist and lecturer at Coventry University, and she says setting positive resolutions can actually help with beating the January blues. That is wild, but it kind of makes sense. But Dr. Rachael is with me right now. Hello, I hope you're well.
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad. A happy new year to you. Have you made a New Year's resolution?
I have myself, actually. So my New Year's resolution is to spend some more time with my family and friends and just trying to get out and just do things and just do some more activities. I think as the world is opening back up and we're getting to do things, I want to be a yes person this year. I want to be able to get out and just take opportunities where I can do.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's a really nice New Year's resolution. But tell us, though, what is the science behind this?
So when it comes to resolutions, it is about, as you just mentioned beforehand, about making positive ones make such a difference in comparison to negative resolutions. Now, negative resolutions aren't something which is negative as in a bad thing. It's actually more of a negative resolution is I'm going to stop doing this or I'm going to reduce doing this. And even though those work, the way we reshape our minds and our thoughts and our process behind a resolution by using positive mindsets of saying, I'm going to go out and do this more, or I'm going to be healthier, or I'm going to go on more walks. And it kind of more focuses around the positive goals. And positive goals are around pursuing success, whereas negative goals are more about avoiding failure or trying to stop doing something. So there is a lot of research behind having a positive goal of not only what you want to do, but also why you want to do it. So setting a resolution for someone else doesn't work. You have to set a resolution for yourself. And if it's your own choice and your own thing you want to do, you will achieve it. Whereas if you're setting a resolution for someone who's told you, maybe they said, you need to stop drinking, you need to stop doing this. If it's not for yourself and you haven't made that choice yourself, it's so much more difficult and so much more challenging to be able to actually keep it up and keep that resolution going.
That makes so much sense. Literally so much sense. Because when you were just saying about, negative and positive things, I'm thinking, well, how can you set a negative resolution? Do you know what I mean? But that makes so much sense. So in my head, I'm thinking of all the times now where I've set these New Year's resolutions like, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to stop doing that. No wonder it didn't work, Rachael. No wonder it didn't work, because it wasn't positive.
Well, it's exactly that. It's exactly that. And if you set a negative resolution and you say, I'm going to stop doing something, and then we're human, like human nature, we have hiccups. We all do. I do as well. Mm-hmm. And if, for example, you say, I'm going to stop eating chocolate, and then one day you have some chocolate and you think, well, I've ruined that now. Like, I'm going to have to wait till my next New Year's resolution to start that again. Whereas if you say, I'm going to have I'm going to have sugar-free days, or I'm going to try my best to be able to eat healthy for the day. And if you have a slip-up, it doesn't matter, because you can draw a line underneath it and you can just say, do you know what? I'm human. I've had a little mistake, but I'll carry on and I can still make myself a better person, still keep that resolution going.
Brilliant. And let's be honest, nobody, unless you're allergic to it, could ever stop outright eting chocolate. Do you know what I mean?
Not possible. I think there must be a biological nature in us that we have to eat chocolate, because I don't know, I'm going to have to look the research up, because that has to be a thing.
Now, is there any advice that you've possibly got on, how we can actually stick to one of our goals that we've made like once we've set them?
Absolutely. So I work on, I love an acronym, and if people know me, they know I love an acronym, and I work on something called SMASH, so smashing your New Year's resolutions. Okay. And that is setting a foundation, so making yourself physically or psychologically ready for that resolution that you want to be able to do, and then write it down, stick it somewhere, stick it on the fridge and say what you want to do, and not only what, but why you want to do it. That's very, very important to know why you are doing that resolution for yourself. And then the A is activate and engage. So just get out and do it. Yes, we may have slip-ups, we may have little things, but it's about taking those small steps. And that's where the S is stepping forwards. So we may take 4 steps forwards, for example, and 1 step back, but we've still come 3 steps forwards than we were beforehand. So it's absolutely fine to have those little step backs or to be able to plateau a certain point and get yourself further and further. And then it's habit formation. And habit formation is really important. We can't step out on January the 2nd, which we are now, and say, right, we've done our New Year's resolution, let's go. We actually need to take time to be able to create it and ingrain it within our lives. So it takes 21 days to create a habit, a new habit for ourselves, 66 days before we can do it automatically, and up to 90 days until it's ingrained in your lifestyle. So that's 3 months. So if you have a slip up, or if you think, oh, I can't do it, remember, it takes about 3 months until it becomes part of your life. And it's so important, by spring, by the time we get the beautiful sunshine, and by Easter, you've given up chocolate, sorry to say, by Easter, you'll have a lovely habit of being able to give up chocolate, and alas, then Easter comes along.
Habits, I know it's habit stacking, and I find it one of the most interesting things, because it's so weird that something can take that long. Like, you'd naturally just think, oh yeah, I'm going to start doing this now, so that's it, and I'm going to do it. But it really does take that long to build a new habit, and that's so wild to me.
It does. It does, and it takes that time, because it actually physically takes time to, one, build the habit, and two, make it part of our lives. So if you were to say one of your resolutions is to go out for a walk every day, then you've still got to fit that into your life somehow. And we all live such busy lives, busy schedules. So you have to make time for that habit and make time for yourself. And that's why I always say your resolution is not only a what, but also a why. You have to know when it's hard, when it's raining outside, when it's freezing, when I don't want to take the dog for a walk, I have to remember my why am I going out. I'm doing it for myself and to get my dog out for a walk, but I'm doing it for myself. And if you know the what and the why you're doing it, then hopefully, we've all got a raincoat. The rain can't stop us, the cold can't stop us, and it makes us feel so much better. So it's so important to create that habit and keep it going throughout the year.
Love that. So, last question before I let you go, right?
Yeah.
Should we be making goals sort of like every month, every other month, rather than almost putting a bit of pressure on ourselves and just going, right, New Year's Day, boom, this is it, and it's just from the start of the year?
Oh, I completely agree with you. I absolutely think that. So New Year's resolutions are really interesting, actually. They create a huge societal pressure. Like 31st of December, we're all there saying, oh, what are you going to do for your New Year's resolution? And some people I know from New Year's Eve are going, oh, I don't know, I haven't thought about what I want to do. And it makes that huge pressure. But on the flip side, actually, then society can help and support us by telling our friends and family what to do. But you're absolutely right. The New Year's resolution itself is just a way of starting a new year off. But it's like starting a diet on a Monday, I always joke. And someone, if they slip up on a Tuesday or Wednesday and say, I'll start again next Monday, you can't do that with a resolution. You can't say, I'll start again next year.
Yeah.
So it's actually important to keep regular goals happening and also, increase them. So say, for example, I wanted to train for a half marathon. I might say my January goal is to get out and do 5K. Then my February goal is to get out and do 10K. And then stepping your goals up and making them more achievable for yourself. Because if they feel too big, absolutely. If they feel too big, then when you do get to that point when it is hard and it is difficult, you'll really struggle to think, how on earth am I ever going to get to that point when I feel like I have done it? Whereas step by step, you're absolutely right, bite-sized chunks, that makes that goal and that behaviour change so much more successful and able to keep going, really.
Right, well, that's me set then. I'm convinced now. I'm going to set a New Year's resolution. Let's see how we got on. Maybe we can catch up next year and I'll tell you how I got on. Awesome. Rachel, thank you so much for taking the time to come on and have a chat with me this morning. Dr. Rachael Molitor there, who's a behavioural psychologist and lecturer at Coventry University.